Hey guys, welcome back to the video. I'm Luke, a CFA Charterholder. Today we're going to discuss some of the distinctions between private debt holders and public debt holders. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so there are two types of lender to a company. You've got the private debt holders and the public debt holders, which differ in several ways. So we'll run through the distinctions in a moment. Let's quickly define them. So the private debt holders are typically banks and other credit institutions that lend to the company, and importantly, they hold the debt security to maturity. They don't get involved in trading the security prior to maturity. So they always hold their debt to maturity, whereas public debt holders include public lenders that are typically institutional or asset managers who lend to the company, and their debt is listed and trades on the public market. So public debt holders will supply debt which is actively traded by willing market participants on the public market. It's a listed security, whereas private debt holders, obviously, as the name suggests, provide private debt. So let's look at some of the specific differences between private lenders and public lenders. So the first major difference is access to information. So private lenders have direct access to management. So they can speak to management, they can ask them questions, they can access non-public information about the company, which will help inform the lending decision, the terms of the debt agreement, and it will lower the information asymmetry between the lender and the borrower. Yeah, and this allows the lender to make a more informed credit decision. Whereas public lenders, in contrast, only have access to public information, such as the annual reports, quarterly financial reports, and public credit ratings when making their lending decisions, and have much more limited access to management. So yeah, first key distinction, private debt holders have much better access to company managers. They can ask them questions, which will help inform how much they lend and on what terms, whereas public lenders have very limited access to management and rely on public information only. Second key distinction, the influence the debt holder has over the company. So private lenders can be a critical source of finance for very early stage companies. Sometimes the only source of debt an early stage company can obtain is from private lenders. So therefore the lender is able to exert significant influence over the strategy and operations of the business. Whereas public lenders have very limited influence over the borrower's day-to-day operations, and they can only rely on the terms of the debt contract negotiated at inception. The only caveat to that is they can exert significant influence over the company if it enters financial distress and they are at risk of losing their debt capital. So private lenders have much more strategic influence over the company. Public lenders have very limited influence over what the company does. And finally, consent to make changes to the debt contract. So private lenders, because they have better access to management, they've got closer relationship with their borrowers, and therefore they can push through changes to the debt contract if needed during the life of the debt agreement, whereas public lenders, because they don't have that closer relationship with the company managers, really struggle to introduce covenants or make any changes to the terms of the agreement during the life of the contract. So yeah, that's the key distinctions between private and public debt holders. Hopefully that was helpful. I'll see you guys in the next video.